Good morning, everybody. TGIF, Trade Geeks, is Friday. Today is March 14th, 2025. And today's hot topic is the continuation of the tariff updates. The retaliatory tariff roller coaster. That's our topic for today. And, we continue to talk about this topic just because it's on everybody's minds, it's in the news, and it seems like it's what everybody's talking about. So the only bright spot or silver lining that we're seeing right now is that maybe there's going to be some resolution to the Ukraine war. Hopefully that happens, and that would be good. But, the main thing is we've seen the securities markets take a nosedive. In the last month, they've lost over 10%. Now they're reporting we're in correction territory. So, the strategy seems to be that, they're kicking everybody in the nuts and hoping that the price of eggs will drop back down to $3. So, I don't know. We'll see. So today I want to discuss, the main friction points or the tariffs that are on our radar. And the first one, or the main one right now, is the steel and aluminum and their derivatives that became effective on March 12th, 2025, with a 25% tariff. And I think this is going to have some far-reaching effects just because, a lot of the products and articles that we use today have byproducts that are steel and aluminum. As stated in our previous videos, I think what's going to be very important is we got to see this policy that's going to be implemented for the reciprocal tariffs. We're supposed to see something on as early as April 2nd. I don't know. I still feel that, it takes time to fully implement this stuff. I think we're going to see a much clearer picture in May or June. June's probably realistic as far as seeing the final outcome of all this. So, the other thing I want to mention is that, we get a lot of calls and a lot of reactions from clients and friends every time they see Trump say something in the news. So just because Trump says something in the news or on social media, it doesn't make it law. It still has to go through his secretaries. It's got to go through the U.S. Trade Representative. It's got to go through the regulatory department that actually enforces the law. So what we tell our clients is, let's wait till we get the final guidance document from CBP, because that will contain instructions and the codes that we will use to actually file this. And we have been experiencing, just so everybody knows, a little bit of disruption because as they make these changes to the law or additions to the law, we have to update systems, and that takes time. So, our software, we have to update it and stuff. So there's sometimes, a time lag in there. So we're having to deal with that. So, I want to thank all my employees and business partners out there. Thank you for your patience during this time. It's been very tumultuous and stressful for everybody. So thank you. So regarding the steel and aluminum, you're going to have to look at these lists and check out all these lists with all these tariff codes to see if you have any derivatives or articles that, are made or contain some aluminum and steel. And you're going to either have to pay a duty. The 25% is either going to be applied for the raw products on the total value of the goods. For the derivatives, they're looking at charging the duty only on the content. So this is going to be complicated. You're going to have to basically split, the item into two values. One value being the value of the product without any of the aluminum or steel content, and then another line item with the value of the steel and aluminum content. So I think this is going to cause some complexity for a lot of our clients because they're not used to reporting it this way. In addition to that, you have to report the smelt, the melt, and the casting country of origin. And if there's more than one, you have to report both of them. So, that's going to add just a lot of administrative burden, I think, to our clients because they're going to have to report it and provide it to, the brokers or the filers so that when they enter the declarations for these goods, they're reporting it properly. So I think that's going to be also a big pain. We've also experienced the Canadian and the Mexican tariffs for a short week there from March 3rd through March 6th. Any goods that were imported from Mexico or Canada with the origin of Canada or Mexico with that country of origin, we had to pay 25% and we had to deposit it. And, it was lifted or there was a reprieve on March 7th, but we still had to deposit those duties for that short week there. And there's no way of getting them back. They didn't provide any mechanism for a retroactive. So The Chinese tariffs, moving on to the Chinese tariffs. The Chinese tariffs, the 20% still holds. That did go immediately into effect. Now the Chinese tariffs are paying 45%. So we'll see. You know, the reprieve that we got for Mexico and Canada is only until April 2nd. You know, only the goods that qualify for USMCA are now exempt from the Mexican and Canadian 25% tariff. So everybody's in a mad scramble to make sure all their goods qualify. You know, also, we remind you that, you know, you do have to practice due diligence in your qualification of your products when you do make these declarations. It's very important. You know, I think there's going to be a little bit more scrutiny. I think that there's going to be criminal, you know, liabilities. The criminal liabilities are going to be for the evasion of the tariffs. You know, so as stated, you know, we wait until we get these CBP guidances. Those are really important. I've been trying to post them as much as I can on my LinkedIn page. You know, I know that Austin and Ernesto work diligently every day to post articles on our LinkedIn page. So, you know, we hope that you guys will follow us. So the CBP guidances that I keep posting on there are critical because they actually give us the instructions and the guidance of how this stuff is actually being implemented. So, you know, keep an eye out for it. And just remember that, you know, most of what you hear on the TV or in social media, right, it's a lot of rhetoric to rile up, you know, adversaries or serve as a distraction to obtain a final outcome in the art of the deal. So, you know, let's wait for the guidances to come out before we really start to panic. Here at TradeFlex, you know, we've been working with a lot of clients for a long time now. I would say, you know, 2 or 3 months as we saw this on the horizon. And we've been working with mainly manufacturers to help them find ways to lessen the impacts of these tariffs. And here, I think, you know, the advantage of why TradeFlex has been successful in helping our clients is that, you know, we have over 30 plus years of experience. So, you know, we've seen every regulatory thing that's happened in the U.S. here in the last 30 years. You know, we have experience with all the different mechanisms that exist within the U.S. government and the regulations to try to mitigate you know, I'm not going to call them loopholes, but I'm going to say programs or exemptions that you can use to minimize the duty that you'll ultimately have to pay. So, you know, here we've been very creative, and I think our clients are very pleased, and I'm very pleased with our team of tariff busters that have been very, very good at implementing them. So here, our goal at TradeFlex is to make the supply chain simple so you can be nimble. And, you know, as I stated before, it's very important right now that companies are nimble and are able to move very fast. So, you know, that cross-functional leadership is going to be really important here as we implement some of these strategies. And even though the tariffs have been kind of like paused, or we have this reprieve until April, most of our clients, we're continuing with some of these strategies and implementing these strategies because it's making us, you know, better and leaner and faster. So, you know, thank you for listening to our videos. Thank you for your time today. Please don't forget to follow us at www.trade-flex.com. You know, we have Lula there. She's there to greet you. She's our AI bot. And anything you send to her, you know, comes immediately to us. And, you know, we can put it for food for thought for our next videos. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy it. And we'll see you next week. Bye.